It's like I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff. Shaping my beard up, I'm liking the scruff.
We're at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Green Bay Packers. The NFL season has hit high gear and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll start with the option. And Love is going to slide down and pick up the first. That's a pickup of 11 and a first down on their first offensive play. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
So the completion good for just 3, and that'll make it second down. Love now. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. The Packers at 5-4 now on the year. Now, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good.
Now, loose football. The ball comes out, but this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone came around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Love, he's going to change the play here. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now a first down carry by Jones. Oh, he shifts past him. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Love with it here, 3rd and short yardage. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. 4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets them back now for second down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Back to throw. Decker. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. 2 yards still to go. Third down now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Vikings first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a give right side. It's Newton. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
To throw on 2nd down. Decker. Addison hauls it in. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line. Looking to throw. Decker. Packer pressure, and down he goes. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Back to throw. Decker. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Lucas Van Ness getting free there to bring him down.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Here's Watson. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Might have needed just one more block as it stands. 37-yard return. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready, break.
On the counter, here's Jones. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year back in week 2. And it was the Packers who won that game on the road, so they'll be trying to win the season series here at home in Lambeau.
Ready?
On 2nd down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he'll go down at the 28.
That's good for a Packer
give this one to Jones. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. Throw caught by Musgrave. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Let's go.
Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call.
Check, strike.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
On the ready.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. Pressure comes and down he goes. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 1st down, Decker. Open man is Samuel, complete. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Decker. And he's taken down inside the 30. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Operating from the gun. Decker. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling. 3rd and 4, he did just enough. And I mean just enough to move the chains.
And that's all you're looking for, right? Just want to keep the drive moving. You don't need the big play there. Just get to that marker that you described, and he was able to do just that.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Here's one deep for Pickens. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. 66 yards. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. George Pickens with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are able to extend their lead. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Still going inside the 30. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Kene Nwangwu. Touchdown, Vikings. He goes 102 yards from one end zone to the other. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
17. Packers 7.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone. that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And taken right on the 30. Powering his way forward. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. On first down, Norton, there's the stiff arm, and shedding through the tackle. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turn around and tossing it to the runner, but where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end in the direction they want to run the football. If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a game. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Well, second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Pass complete to Addison. And he will have a Vikings first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on third down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Back to throw. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it.
But it's not going to work. He'll go down. They got him. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there.
His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Jordan Love ready on first down here. Escaping the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Here's Love.
Here's a ball deep from Musgrave. And, that one's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. Third down coming up.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
On third down, Love. Looking deep here for Dobbs. And, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
First and 10 at their own 49-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin first and 10. Bullets, and the throw here caught by Addison. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have it here at their own 15. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here first and 10 at their own 15. And he'll begin the drive with a give to Jones. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 21, here's second and 4.
Watch out, 50 few.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Love now to pass on first down. Flushed out right. His throw incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
Second and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. They'll run on first down. It's Norton. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 55 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the fourth quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
On second down now, it's Norton. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
And the Vikings are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it.
There's Hawkinson in the end zone. Touchdown, Vikings. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Okay, right?
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Love looking to throw it. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
To get back in this ball game, big plays are going to be necessary. And here's one right on cue. Coming up with 3 scores here in the fourth is not going to be an easy task. But that's good work there to bite off a chunk of yards.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sideline.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack, and that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Desperation time here. Love on fourth down. And that's going to be incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs.
On first down, Norton. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 35, here's second and a yard.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Operating from the gun, Decker
Completes this one to Pickens.
and he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. On fourth down, Decker.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Vikings.
Operating from the gun, Decker. And this one incomplete. So the clock stopped now with 20 seconds remaining. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, second and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Norton. 5 yards. Now it's third and 5.
He was brought down at the 26. 5 yards on the play.
From the gun on third down, Decker. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end.